It is not well with my soul. It is not well, well. It is not well with my soul. Ya to sorry. I was so fear dear. Nana do antum. It is not well with my soul. Never, never. La la. Mba. Mba. La la.
All right, welcome back once again. This has been the third time that I have to truncate the live broadcast, but whatever it is, I'm determined to share this live with you this evening. Once again, my name is Kwabinabi Benitawi, aka DJ Fuad, the public enemy who hates no one. Welcome to tonight's broadcast. Tonight, I've entitled my broadcast, I have no problem with fasting and prayers, but the God who demands fasting and prayers from his or her children before doing what is expected of him or her. Because as of now, we don't know the gender of the Bible, the Quranic God, so or whichever God that we believe exist. So I will continue to use either he or she. Yes. So why am I saying that I have no problem with fasting and prayers, but the God who demands it? We have seen the way this coronavirus pandemic is causing mayhem to families and friends and the whole world. And as a matter of fact, by the time we are through with this problem of the coronavirus, many things are going to change in our lives as human beings. So that's one thing that I want us to take note of. That life in this world, all over, not in Africa alone, not in the Europe, Asia, India, life is going to change forever until another set of restarts or resets happens. So on that note, I welcome each and everyone onto the show, and also urge you to share the videos. And those of you who only watch on YouTube, after the show, it will be uploaded onto my YouTube channel at DJ Fuad PE. Anyway, a DJ Fuad, simple, on YouTube. So a few days ago, the president of our country, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, urged Ghanaians to engage in a 12-hour kind of fasting and prayers to pray to the God of the Bible and the Quran to listen to us, to help alleviate the problems we are going through as a country with COVID-19. And some of us feel like instead of our leaders letting their subjects know that the only way out are the protocols coming out from the scientific world, our leaders knowing that no amount of prayer, either said by themselves or the biggest bishop in Ghana, or all the bishops and pastors and prophets, reverends and evangelists combined, cannot solve this coronavirus issue for us. The only solution we have that is assured, that is tested and trusted, or can be trusted, is science and technology and common sense. But our leaders, knowing that they only get their powers through elections, and majority of the people are Christians, and on top of that, they have put in place a ban on large numbers of religious activities, declaring this day for Christians, it makes them feel okay. That's cool. And the reason why I have no problem with them is that somebody fasting today and praying does not infringe on my rights, does not kill anybody. Well, for me, the only benefit that I know from saying words with your mouth is that of affirmation. Whatever you say have power. So if somebody will stand somewhere and say things and they are positive, I have no problem with that. And if somebody will fast the whole day and not eat, I have no problem with that. Because if you are obese and you can fast every day from morning to evening for some time now, you can reduce in size or weight. So I have no problem with that. But I have problem with the God who told them that when they pray to him, he will do something about coronavirus. That is the entity that I have problem with. I don't have problem with the Ghanaian who fasted the whole day or even want to fast the whole week. I have no problem with them. Because I know the only benefit they will get from the prayer and the fasting, most importantly, the benefit they will get will come from the fasting. So if some people have been overeating, if they can fast for about 3 days continuously, they will reduce an amount of weight, which is good for their health. So I have no problem with that. But that God who has promised Christians and Muslims and religious people uncounted times, but have failed them uncounted times, that is the God I have problem with. And that is what I want us to talk about, to discuss, to also see some of the promises this God has made to mankind and has never fulfilled. And that this God, if we pray for 4 months, nothing of our prayers will do anything about the coronavirus. Rather, if there will be any solution, it will come from our scientists. It will come from the human brain, which will not be influenced or affected by any amount of prayer. So that is what I want everyone to understand, that no amount of prayer will do anything about the coronavirus. All the countries that are making headway since this pandemic came, and all the countries that have made headway in any time of crisis, any time of pandemic, did not do it through prayers, fasting and prayers. If I haven't seen too many virus diseases on a global scale or on a national scale or continental scale, I have seen swine flu vaccine in 2009. I have seen the SARS. I have seen Ebola in 2015, and I'm seeing coronavirus. And none of the ones that I've mentioned got resolved through fasting and prayers. As Abraham bin Moshe has been saying, man the problem, man the solution. In other words, man is the problem, man is the solution. Man is the one that caused all the problems, and man is the only one who can solve it. Just like our computers catches virus. I've never seen any pastor whose office computer has been infected by virus and has sent it to the prayer warriors to pray for the virus to go. It takes a human being who has developed antivirus. You buy it, you install on your PC, you scan your PC, and you get solution. You understand? So once again, I repeat, no amount of prayers can solve our problem. No amount of prayers can solve this coronavirus issue. Now let's go to why I have problem with this God. This God has made several promises in the Bible, and it looks like in the Bible this God was able to do something a little bit about some of the promises. That is, if you read from the Bible. For example, God told his children, the Israelites, that he was going to do some things in Egypt. He was going to send plagues to the people of Egypt. But his children, who will mark their doorpost with the blood of a sheep, none of them will be killed. And according to the Bible, it happens. And I know today this quotation was running through most of the prayer points across the country, that God knows his own. Those miracles in Exodus in Egypt happened several years ago, and now we have people who believe in this God. So I am expecting this God to actually prevent his people from contracting this disease in the first place. And somebody will say, I should give a fact or a figure which shows that a Christian has been infected by this disease. I'm not going there, but I'm going to use their own words. Do you know that Bishop Duncan Williams declared a 72-hour prayer to prevent coronavirus from entering Ghana? It was just right after the 72-hour fasting and prayer by Duncan Williams that we had our first coronavirus case. That being aside, the same Bishop Duncan Williams also said that no Ghanaian will be infected by the coronavirus. Let me show you how this God and his prophets always shift the post. And as I've been saying, they are waiting for the scientists to come up with a solution, and the next Sunday it will be all jubilation and thanksgiving to this God who knows nothing, who can do nothing. That is what religious people are waiting for the scientists to come up with solutions, and they go and give thanks to their God. Once again, I have no problem with them, but I have problem with that God. So Duncan Williams declared 72-hour prayer and fasting to prevent coronavirus from entering Ghana. Right after the 72 hours, Ghana recorded our first coronavirus case. That God has failed. Then, realizing that the virus has already entered Ghana, and the case were just multiplying, Duncan Williams was so smart and said that no Ghanaian will be infected by the coronavirus. the coronavirus. Once again, the God of Duncan Williams and Christians and the Muslims had failed once again. A Ghanaian has contracted the disease. After a Ghanaian was found to be positive with the coronavirus, the same Duncan Williams comes again to say that no Ghanaian will die from coronavirus. I mean, so a prophet Bishop Duncan Williams, can't you just tell your members that our God is a failed God? Our God is of no use to us in times of trouble. Why can't Duncan Williams tell his members and the whole Ghana that this God has failed? Because Duncan Williams, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as he himself is concerned, has done an empirical research on this God, has done experiments, both spiritual and physical experiment with this God, and this God has been found to be of no use or without power. This God has no power. And they've declared today to be a day of national prayer. To do what? First of all, this God, both in the Quran and in the Bible, has promised that call on me in the days of trouble, and I'll be there for you. Once again, this God has said in the book of Psalms that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall never want. This afternoon, I was on my Facebook wall, that's Kwabena Binitewia, having a debate with some people that I want the definition of the Lord is my shepherd and I shall never want. And I also want the definition of wanting, being wanted, or being wanting. Because if you get the definition of these two words, or sentence or phrase, it is real and it is clear that Christians and religious people are wanting, they are wanted, they are troubled, they are in crisis. As a matter of fact, they are suffering. Because the headquarters on this earth for this God, both the Christian and the Islamic God, is devastated with the coronavirus. As a matter of fact, one of the headquarters of this Bible God is the most destroyed, the most affected with coronavirus. So Christians, it's about time we become sincere to ourselves. And maybe if this God of the Christians, if this God of the Muslims is alive, maybe it's about time you tell him the truth, and maybe he will wake up if he's sleeping. Or if maybe this God is behaving like our earthly leaders, our politicians, thinking that because you people are not complaining, this God thinks that he's doing too much, he's doing a lot, then maybe it's about time you tell this God the truth. And I believe if we do that, this God will sit up. Let me say good evening to Vida Arts. He say good evening. And Azure say, hey bro, yes man. The problem man, the solution man. Thank you. And Yao Tuya says true pa massa. All right. The video is not that clear on Facebook, so after the video it will be uploaded on YouTube for us to get a clear picture. So don't worry. You know, if you ask me between this God and our politicians in Africa, I will not compare this God to any politician in Europe. The Christian and the Islamic God can never be compared to any politician in Europe or America or China or even India or Australia. The God of the Bible and the Quran can never compare itself or himself or herself to Donald Trump, to Chinese president, to German prime minister, or whoever, or German chancellor. The only person that you can compare the God of the Bible with is the presidents of Ghana, the president of Africa, the president of leaders of Africa, and even the leaders of Africa. If we are to compare them in terms of achievement, in terms of promise and delivery, I think Muhammad Nana Akufo-Addo will be high, way above the God of the Bible and the Quran when it comes to promising and delivering or doing what you said you would do. Nana Akufo-Addo and Muhammad will score about 90%, whilst the God of the Bible will score about 2%. The 2% will come from those promises that he fulfilled in the Bible. But when it comes to reality, this God can never be compared to any human being in terms of achievement. Today, I don't want to make it too long because tomorrow I'll be here once again. So soon, I'm going to move from here and also go to another propaganda going around from the Christian community. Mandela Jr. says that Duncan Williams doesn't have the balls to tell his congregation the truth because there is no truth in him. Kofi Ismail says that very good man is the only solution to the problem. Man is the only solution to the problem. And Richard Okensi say, hi bro, it is true what you are saying. We very bad leaders. Today, I salute my leaders in Ghana, my leaders in Africa over the leadership of the God of the Bible and the Quran. You know, so I've told you some time ago that what we have in Christendom mostly is propaganda. Before I stopped going to church, what I realized when I was about to quit Christianity was that everything is propaganda. And those of you who know Great Ampong, he has come up with a song called Coronavirus. And it's about time we decode this song before he fools a lot of people, some weak-minded people. So let's go listen to this song. After the song, I'll come back to do the decoding and the lies in this song. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. But before we listen to the song, we have a brother here who have a message for all of us.
Yes, I have a few questions. Into the amount of prophet, spiritual father, spiritual bulldozer, spiritual concrete, spiritual building material, spiritual paint. I want titles. I want a bin was way angel, a bin poke yankopon one yankopon ked so a bin yankopon yankopo peas and adina. Where are this prophet? Prophet over him? We need you people now. Coronavirus is calling you. Pick the call. COVID-19 is calling. Pick it up. Sure. Won't be a collection of general oil and a bond sien embassy for so nadi, which up with them. One embassy afforded an adding for 4 years, no matter when you have a sex and consume. National prophet, Israelite prophet, Isaiah prophet, Jerusalem Kazi D. We need you people here. What's happening? Nobody is going to tolerate any excuses. What your collection? What to tell you? We need everybody here. What are you telling me? We need everybody here. Coronavirus aba. I quarantine any baby who you for address number yambra or yamba jayarsa. Since you're into my sebu, we over the full dache. Miss over or that, but full dache. Toliwa. Away Israelite prophet, concrete prophet, Azar page Rade Yakupan Sazulu, Nede Babanewa, Belenzu ana duri, Ned book gonko fu witchy, a book go witch in the dread will lie. I'm a catcher of Fessica. Estonia Boga Messi, Yasha prophet, no. One banda Twitter.
Concrete prophet, bulldozer prophet, and what have you. Okay, so that is a harmless plea from our brother to the prophets. Today, we are not dealing with the church members who are following them to do the fasting and what have you. we are dealing with the God himself, and then also giving message to his prophet and pastors to give to the God. So let's listen to a great Ampong's song. Then we'll be right back to discuss the song. It's so full of propaganda and fallacies.
To was a better form, if you see him a day to do in Nara, where will I do it? When this a catina to road director, now I got the woman and master, then someone from his young Poma, a very many dear. Sakatina to road director, now I got the woman and master, then someone from his young Poma, a very many dear. Samusi wanyangu poni wa avedia usuni wakakra mwashisha damu Mumpemra bantize se ana mumeka mabusu samunuai Samusi wanyangu poni wa avedia shakine wakakra mwashisha damu Mumra bantize se ana mumeka mabusu samunuai Ajanimia Ajanimia Mumra misa nyangu poni Averi manidie wahini Ajanimia Ajanimia Mumra misa nyangu poni Averi manidie wahini Ebirina turusui Akokasi abaza sisuna nyadiane komo mama radia samuti enkom Ebirina turusui China fosori awasi Buddha India fosori awasi Hindu Afeta bani na nduru mumfere mabusu muhuonwe India fosori awasi Hindu Na China fosori awasi Buddha Afeta bani na panu mumfere mabusu muhuonwe Afa fuwa mudikasi ya mwenyadi yetu muhuno Afa kwa mutiti bisu amujamanu muno She coronavirus na bano Mungo be solution mle wiase nyina Na ye wudu se You are so powerful Afa fuwa mudido mutumu musamu na muwadom bebere wo maimuno Umpiye mera bantie Womera me ya soli na yenje Coronavirus nti ememe nyina yemma Coronavirus nti azafu nyina yekom Akomo kasi abibaza zisu Nyadiane komo radia samu kom birina duo Nyame mamu mampayo Erade kanu wati amanyina yekum Erade kanu wase kini uama vyasinyina usoyo nyangu ponti musono Samushana ni munyamda Sajanimiyo Sajanimiya Sajanimiya Mufra misanya kupawa Afei manidie Afei manidie wanyina Sajanimiyo Ibolaba, Manyano Wadro, Afe coronavirus, Nambano wa Christo for Jim Bible. What's it? Ezaba, Yano Wadro, Ibolaba, Yano Wadro, Afe coronavirus, Nambano wa Christo for Jim Bible. Abuona Gupano, Masam, Namudia, Saint Janian, Namunamus. Ubefamu wediana Enti za janimia Mufla misa nyangu poma Afe imeni diewa Usura nyangu poma Janimia Mufla misa nyangu poma Afe imeni diewa Afe imeni diewa Yinia Janimia
So that was the song titled Coronavirus by Great Ampong. Indeed, he's a great artist, he's a great composer, he's a great writer, he's a great musician. As we do on this platform, we don't take anything good from anyone because of a current bad thing that he has said or done. No, we don't do that. I've told you that as Africans know Africans hate problems. They hate issues. They don't hate human beings. So first of all, Great Ampong is a great artist. He's a great composer, great writer. And I'm saying this not just because I've listened to the song. I'm also a professional DJ and I know what makes a song a great song. But that being said, that's full of fallacies and propaganda. And I will do another review of this song to expose the lies, the dishonesty, the insincerity of Christians and Great Ampong himself. So today I'm going to just talk about one thing that Ampong spoke about. That Chinese for Soria, almost Buddha, almost Hindu, and now that Chinese say they are Buddhists, they are Hindu, they are Shintos, and all of that. They should call on those gods. Does Ampong listen to the media? Does he listen to the news? Did he listen to the news? Did he follow the coronavirus statistics around the world before going to the studio? Who went through his scripts? Since he wanted to talk about something that concerned the whole world, I am thinking he would have gotten somebody who would advise him that, hey Charlie, these are facts, these are the facts. China is where the disease started. As we speak now, that Ghanaians are running helter-skelter. China doesn't have a new case in their country. And as a matter of fact, China has gone to Italy, a country that believes in Ampong's God. China has sent doctors there to go and help Italy. And the moment China got to Italy, their cases started dropping. The numbers that were soaring into the sky started dropping down. So Ampong, Misrel, you are a fantastic musician. In as much as I don't belong to your religion, if you do something good, I'll give you credit. If your God indeed has a solution to coronavirus, and your God has ever solved one pandemic in this world, I would have said this song is 100% perfect. But your God has never solved one pandemic in reality. Maybe the only time your God solved something is in the Bible and the Quran. But as far as you and I are concerned, your God can't and has never, and can't never, will never. And that's why atheists believe that your God don't exist. And for me, I'm not an atheist, but I don't see any sign of existence of your God. So Ampong and Yomono, seriously, or the Yomono to talk near my so coronavirus ho na nsema wo kan dia Yomono Ebola. On all the good composition and everything. The only part of the song that makes sense is when you were calling on pastors who are bragging, I have the bigger car, I'm the most powerful. Almost say, or mumra, no, mumesa coronavirus, no. That is the only thing that makes sense. And even with that, they cannot come. Because the God they serve, they claim to serve, can never solve coronavirus. So Ampong, get that. Yes, Chinese are Buddhists, they are Hindus, they are atheists. But they've got solution to their problem. Your Christian nation called Ghana is still struggling, and every day the numbers are increasing. But I know the only people that are trusting Ghana are our scientists. Our scientists and the human beings living in Ghana. I trust and believe that if we follow the protocols and whatever they are telling us, and also use our common sense to protect ourselves, prevent ourselves from getting in touch with other people, and even if when we get it, we follow the procedures and the protocols, that's the only thing I believe can solve this coronavirus. Ampong, your God has no clue. And your God has demonstrated that he doesn't exist. So Ampong, all the promises that your God has given in the Bible, let your God just fulfill one. And some of us will stop talking. Let your God solve one. Since this pandemic started, it is human beings' solution from human brain that is giving solution and redemption bit by bit. So, Ampong, if we are talking about gods that have failed, your God has failed better than any God. So before I go, and shortly, the recorded video, which is clear, will be uploaded on YouTube, and you can get it in nice motion to watch, will be uploaded. Before I go, I'm making a plea to our president and the leadership that should it be necessary for us to have a lockdown, what are they doing about the homeless people, the street people? Because if we lock ourselves, those of us who are fortunate to have rooms and houses to live in, if we lock ourselves and we leave some people in the streets, I believe that by the time we stop the lockdown, we'll just go into the street and infect ourselves with the disease from our brothers and sisters who have no place to live or stay. So I'm suggesting two things. I said in the morning on Abraham's live that we can find a shelter for these people, the homeless people in our big cities, in the schools that are now empty. Some of the churches who have conscience can also house some of these people. Should there be a lockdown? Yes, I'm saying this because a video that went viral yesterday of a pastor complaining why it is unnecessary for the church to buy sanitizers for their members, or to tell their members that, oh, the money, instead of sending us your tithe and offering. Use it to buy sanitizer and protective gear for your homes and your families. That video shows the intent of owners of the church, the leadership of the church, and the church in general. It's not about your salvation. It is about their pockets. So once again, should there be a possible lockdown? I'm asking the government to house the homeless people in our schools and also make available medical practitioners or professionals to screen them, take their samples and test them to know who is infected, so that we all can get out of this virus at a go. And tomorrow I'll come back to also talk about the positive effects coronavirus is having on the world and how Africa can take advantage of it. And tomorrow I'll also talk about, in this time of lockdown around the world, how should you cope with? How should you position your psychology? And all of that. And even our brothers and sisters who have been quarantined in Ghana, how should they cope with that? Tomorrow I'll come here and talk about that. So I'll leave it here and say that the religious world is waiting for the scientists to solve the problem and go and give credit to their useless God. Unfortunately, I have to use that word, and it's not an insult. We were raised to believe that this God is useful to us and can solve problems, can help us in time of need. Over the years, we found out this God is as useless as the word useless. Adessa, she said, good evening, big family. And Eunice Ampong says that Spanish flu was it God or science that cured the epidemic. Well, ask again. And Eunice Ampong says it again. Just understand science is the cure. That's all. Science is the cure. Thank you, Eunice. So I will leave it here. Once again, before I go, let's stick to the protocols. And let's go to the WHO website and listen to some of the precautionary measures. The things that they are saying that if you eat, if you take, can prevent the disease. Go there and learn them and learn how to do them. Tomorrow, I will bring you facts from the WHO platform, and so that we all learn together. Hey, my brother, Kinano Usu, good evening. I'll call you right after the show. So that is that. Once again, my name is Kwabena Bibinitevia, aka DJ Fuad. You can go to my blog, which is www.djfuad.blogspot.com, and read my article titled Why Your God Does Not Have Unconditional Love. I don't understand why a God that love without conditions will sit there for his children or her children to be infected by disease and wait for them to pray and fast before he does something on their behalf or rescue them. That is a bogus God. So once again, thank you. Let me read this one. Don't know why you did not get notification. Oh, yeah. The videos are not good, so I'll upload the recorded one, which is clear, on YouTube so that you can get to watch that one. So thank you very much, everyone, for doing the watching, and mostly those of you who did the listening. Don't forget to like the page, which is DJ Fuad PE, and also subscribe to my channel, which is DJ Fuad on YouTube. Adisa Ehi says that these greedy pastors will never allow the homeless people in their churches. We shall see when we get there. And let me say good evening to you, Sister Mary Ajewa. So thank you very much for joining the conversation here.